What's up guys, Brandon here from TechFlare, back with another video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to wire the Gamecube regulator board to the Gamecube motherboard. So this is very important if you're making a Gamecube portable. Now you won't have to do this if you have a DOL 101 model Gamecube. Now the way you can tell is if you have this board here on your Gamecube, then you have a DOL 001, which means you will have to follow this step. Now if you don't have that board, then you can skip this step because this board is already implemented into the motherboard on the DOL 101 boards. So this is episode 2 in my Gamecube portable series, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright, so in this episode we're going to be soldering 4 wires just like this from the Gamecube regulator board to the Gamecube motherboard. So let's begin on how to do that. So first what you're going to want to do is grab your pliers and pry this piece off, just like all the other ones. Perfect. Now just take those little pins out. Now if you can see, we have some little pins. So now we're going to solder in a few points some wires from this section to the Gamecube motherboard. Now this is where you're going to want to solder. So this is the underside of the motherboard. So if you go to this side, make sure the IBM logo, it looks like this, and then flip it over, and then right next to this and the little AV out port, you will see this, and this is what you're going to want to solder the wires from. So you put wires from here to here, and I'll show you where the wires go in a minute. I'm just telling you guys that they need to go from here to here. So depending on your case, you're going to need to make the wires a certain length. So I'm going to real quickly design how I think my case is going to work with my portable Gamecube. So all you really need is the general area where your power regulator board is going to be. So I'm thinking of probably just putting it on this side, and then wiring the wires from here to the underside of the motherboard. So another thing you're going to want to do is make sure the wires are flat. So you're just going to want to make sure that your wire is like this and not like sticking up. Alright, and I really just need like probably 2 inches of cable. Make sure you make the cables as small as possible. So I just need about 2 inches to be able to connect those. Once you've got your wire stripped, you're going to want to get your soldering iron hot and get ready to solder. And now once your soldering iron is hot, you're going to be soldering right here, the first one, and you're going to be soldering to the same one on the Gamecube. Alright, and the next step is to solder the wire to the other point. Now we will go on to the red wire. Alright, this one may be a little too short, but it should do. Okay, so you're going to be soldering to the point above the one you did on the GameCube. On the GameCube motherboard, I mean. So once you're done soldering, examine the board, make sure that none of the wires are touching each other. And once you're done making sure they don't touch, you can begin soldering on the other side. So once again, you're going to be doing the point above the black wire. So make sure that is where you solder it. Alright, and once you're done with that, you can begin on the next wire. Alright, now we're going to solder on 2 more wires. So grab some more red wires. Both of them are going to be red. Strip them. And then, once you've done that, you can solder away. So, now, you're going to skip these 2 and solder this pin, this wire I mean, to 3 pins. So solder it to these 3 pins, skip those 2, solder it to these 3. That is very important that you do that, so make sure that you skip the next 2 up and then solder the next 3 to the wire. Alright, so once you've done that, now you can solder to the next one. And the next one is a little bit different. You're going to skip 3 and solder it to the next 2. So you're going to be skipping 3, these 3, and then solder it to these 2. The next wire is going to be pretty easy. It's just going to be the last 2 pins on each side. Now you can solder that onto the next pins. Alright, now we are 100% finished. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps out my channel a lot. And also, don't forget to check out these awesome videos. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.